Oh, I've got a confession. I've got a confession to make. As you know, I live out of a bag. Go in and out the trucks. I carry this bag with me. It was getting heavier and heavier and heavier, and fuller and fuller and fuller. And I only used the top layer. I only used my camera, my sat nav, my gloves. That's about it. Everything else is spare. So I thought there was going to be loads of rubbish, that's the rubbish that's come out. There's the gloves that I use and a spare emergency pair of gloves, right? A couple of remnants from the old heebie-jeebies COVID thing. A spanner that I never used, but it's all weight in the back. So I thought, well, look what this idiot had in his bag. 1, 2, 3 winter lights that don't work. However, we've still got 1, 2, 3 winter lights that do work. Yeah, 3 do work. A whole load of wires and cables that I've never seen before. That's just found its way, disappeared, that I don't use. So all that weight was in there. Stapler, that comes in handy. 4 sets of goggles. That I don't use one set of goggles, only when the rules tell you, have you got a pair of goggles, you know, you've got to have one. So what they were doing in there. But to my biggest, and of course you need to have 1 spare one. The law says you've got to have 2 spare ones. The law doesn't say you've got to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spare ones. So there you go. But my biggest surprise in the weight, because of course you carry spare seals and spare seals. There's 10 there. There's 10 here. There's 10 here. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I had 34 seals. I had a couple on top that I knew of. Maybe I knew about 5 or 6 or maybe 7 of them. I didn't know this lot was all buried and had made its way down to the bottom. And you're lucky to use 1 day. If you're having a busy day, you're going to use 2 a day. Very, very rarely to use 3 a day, and you're always back to get more. Or you can always ask another driver, have you got a seal? I'm stuck. So, and it's all weight. It's all so that lot's going back to the office. I don't want that lot. I don't want that many rolls. I'm not going to use any of that. They'll go in a box, disappear. I'm not going to use them. I've got 3. I've got 2 too many lights in there. I even got a little, let me just show you. Oh, I must have picked it up somewhere, did something with it. And it's just weight in the bag coming around. I think I must have planned to stalk somebody and never got round to doing it. So, if you're like me, and you've been thinking for weeks and weeks and months that this bag is getting bigger and heavier, and I haven't even gone round the little side pockets with screwdrivers and other bits of knives and multi-tools. I don't want to start touching that lot. Leave the little bags alone. Another knife in a case, look, which I never use. What's in here? Probably a multi-tool of some sort. A couple of pens, so a torch, a pair of cutters, and a Stanley. Well, not a Stanley, same thing as a Stanley, and another torch. So if you're sick of carrying this heavy bag around with you, and you know you never go more than about 2 inches off the top of it, get on and throw this stuff away, get rid of it, put it in a box out the way. Have 1 of these, have a couple of seals, have 2 of these, because that's what the law says, you've got to carry a spare paper printout thing. Don't carry so many seals. Plastic seals I've got that I hardly ever use. Don't carry lamps that have gone and wet. This, I guess this can represent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Because each winter you go and get yourself another lamp, don't you? So that was 1 year. That was another year. Popped in the garage. getting a bit dark. There's another year, so there's 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. That's got to be 6 years of lights. Each year, go and get a light. Last year through the winter. So that is my confession. I have a confession. I finally got round to clearing my bag. What a wally, what a wally.